All right, grip here on the front squat, okay? So we're not gonna grab it with our full hands here. We're gonna use our 2 fingers here, about shoulder width apart. Okay, we're gonna get underneath of here, up on our shoulders. And we're gonna teach knees out, butt back, squatting down, driving up through our heels, finishing up. Our next one here is the RDL. So with our front squat, we got our feet about shoulder width apart. With this, we want our feet about in line with our hips. Okay, grab about the same grip here. Okay, we're gonna push our hips back, get a good hip hinge, keeping our legs just slightly bent, and riding it up and down here just like that. Keeping our back flat, pushing our hips back, working our hamstrings. All right, next one here, we're gonna talk about the clean pull. So we want our same stance as the RDL, feet at about a hip length apart here. Okay, same grip also. We're gonna pull ourselves down into the bar. We're gonna, so our first pull is gonna be slow to our knees and then fast through our hips. So again, feet at our hips, slow to, fast through, and a big shrug at the top. One thing we wanna hit here is we don't wanna bang it off our legs so the bar's coming out here, because when we get to cleaning, we'll probably miss the lift out in front. Rather, we wanna ride it up with our body and get a big shrug straight up. And everything together, we looked at the front squat, clean pull, and the RDL. So now we're gonna go into a full power clean, finishing at the receiving position at the top here. So, just like our clean pull position here, we're pulling ourselves down into the bar, slow to, fast through. Now we're just gonna catch and ride it up and finish just like we finished our front squat. All right, next thing here, we're gonna talk about a squat progression. Okay, so when athletes come into a program, not all athletes are gonna be ready to back squat right away. So we do things like a squat hold, a goblet squat with 2 kettlebells, 1 kettlebell. Then we move to a front squat, and then we get into box squatting, and then a regular squat. Here, talking about the squat hold. Okay, so have the athletes just hit the cues, right? Knees out, butt back. We're gonna sit down here about 90 degrees parallel, and we're just gonna hold for about 20 seconds.
5 seconds.
And up. Okay, next progression here is the goblet squat. Okay, with 1 kettlebell. We're just gonna use the same cues, knees out, butt back. We can pause it at the bottom, and then explode up. Okay, we can do it for reps here. Boom, this is an easy way for an athlete to get used to squatting without having to get crushed. Once we master the single kettlebell goblet squat here, we can add 2, and same type of thing, knees out, butt back, exploding through, driving through the heels on the way up. Sitting down. Okay, last one here is the back squat. Once an athlete has enough strength to perform at the bottom of the squat and have enough strength to get back up, we can finally get onto a regular squat here, back squat. Same deal, knees out, butt back, drop it down, driving up through. Next thing we're going to talk about here is the posterior chain. So this is really a neglected area a lot of times in a high school strength and conditioning setting. So we really want to focus these exercises for our athletes to keep them injury free. Okay, first exercise we're going to talk about working the posterior chain is the inverted row here. Okay, so we're going to get in here, tight. We can get the same grip we use for a bench press, which is fine. Okay, we're gonna have our heels on the ground. Just gonna pull our chest up to the bar here, okay? We can do it for a hold, or we can do it for reps. Now, if that's too hard for an athlete to do, we can do something like a towel pull row, which makes things a little bit easier, just leaning back, okay? We can pull it in. The more we kick our feet up, the harder the exercise is gonna be. We can work ourselves all the way down here until our feet. Alright, next one here we're going to talk about working the lower half of the posterior chain is the back extension hold. Okay, this is really going to help with the hip hinge. If athletes have trouble with the RDL, okay, we can use this to help progress to doing the RDL here. Okay, so we're here, we're locked in on the glute ham machine. Okay, we're just going to do a hold here, and we can do that there. Then we can do it for reps, coming up and pausing, and really squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core, and working that posterior chain.